Today, I am standing here with mixed emotions. I always thank the principals of the time or the starting time of the school, Father Kungal, Brother Ritu, at least who are here. Because one thing that is special about St. Xavires Delhi is how the traditions are carried over, how the elder generation taught the younger generation, how the spirit of the society and the values of the Society of Jesus imbibed by every teacher of this institution, every staff of this institution. And today's program, so beautifully presented. Again, I talked about the children of junior school when we had the farewell program. Today I can again say about the children of senior school, how well they presented the program that touched the hearts of each one. I know all three of them, how emotionally charged they were, and myself was, and I am sure all of you must have gone through. It is because how their lives have touched our lives. There is a connection between the hearts. It is not when there is connection between the heads, then that doesn't affect us that much, as much the connection between the hearts that touches our life or touches ourselves. And that we can say about all three of you. Time is not enough to start sharing about what has happened to each of, or what contribution that each of them have made, each of you have made to this institution. I think time would not be enough. I will be brief, but at the same time, I will just share what has touched about all three of you. Starting with the Das sir. Das sir, you heard the students. Yes, I think symbolically many of your students will be sharing these same sentiments. You heard our staff members, how you have touched the lives of each one. Here I am going to say, as the principal, especially when, that December time, just before the holidays, I broke this news to you, and then the one word that you told me, that one sentence, I'm happy that I am retiring during your tenure. At that time, I was also not sure, because after 5 years, we also get transferred, so I was not very sure whether I will be here when, or we will be having our farewell together. I did not know. Still, I am not able to say, because our changes can happen overnight, so we are not saying anything now. But the emotions that came into my heart, especially one thing that you touched upon it when you were speaking, and that is what I hold the strongest when I speak about it. Here is a man who has no problem in sharing his ideas and his thought process. Sometimes it has happened, I will show we all, those who are in the admin, will know. We all sometimes think similarly and say about certain things, okay, let us do it like this. And then Pastor comes out with an idea that is completely different. Maybe it has gone the other way around. But when he says that, then it touches each one, then the whole idea changes. So sometimes they used to say in administration, when there are people who will come and tell you, you are doing very well, you are doing this, you are doing that, don't believe them. And it is my experience also. It is not those people who are going to contribute to this institution. It is those people who will come and tell you, Father, this is not right, or this we could do in a better way. Those people are the ones who are going to help this institution. And that is what I have found in Dancer. Even when I personally go and talk to very often teachers or Nami ma'am, we were talking about your experience. Each teacher comes and share their problem, difficulties, and how sir is able to find a solution to those problems and difficulties. I can say same thing about myself and school or administration. We can talk about the Society of Jesus. I can say because he will have a solution. And when the academic part is that task is given to him, you don't have to worry. We know that Dasar is taking care of this, you don't have to worry, everything will be done. So the same, trust that we felt, that I felt personally, I continue to feel all through my stay here. And that is something very unique about sir. Very, very rarely you find people like that who will be able to come and say or think out of the box or think differently and share. You can think and then go away, but share that. And sometimes sir will get very emotional also. Sometimes angry, sometimes that feeling comes out. But at the same time, it is all for the good of the institution when we come to know. We are ready to take everything. And then once that is done, once the decision is taken, whether it is what sir has suggested or it is somebody else has suggested, once we have taken the decision, then we all stand by. And we never say that, okay, this was, sometimes I feel so bad that you may be an idea of Dasar, but I have to share it to everyone. But then without taking the name, yes, as an institution's idea that is being shared. But the very often that we find that the Dasar is the reason for that. And the knowledge already that also was hinted at. For example, I was just thinking about the assembly that we had. And the advice that Dasar gave to those children, especially those who are seniors and those who are going to come in 9 to 12, you are going to have a complete different system and a complete different kind of education. Be prepared. And next day in the newspaper I read CBSE has decided to change the whole pattern, 9 to 12, this is what is going to happen there. All that, I don't know whether sir knew the inner secret. I am not going to ask you that. But many things that sir has shared, in advance about CBSE, about the school, about the academics has come true, and then we were ready to prepare ourselves to any change that is happening. And that is unique about this institution. That's why I am sure many of the academic in charges of our own school, like Xavires school and Presentation school, many schools always they check with the Dasar to get the latest and also get the advices. So it's not only St. Xavires was benefiting from it, but so many institutions. So sir, I don't know, only I can thank the Lord and thank the family members who stood with you and Almighty definitely whose strength you derived every morning through your prayer and through your action. Only that way this was possible, to give so much of time and energy for this institution, thinking about what more can I do. That's why rightly Daisy Ma'am called him a Jesuit, and a living example of a Jesuit, and I fully support that. Yes, the magic that we talk about, or AMDG, all that is put together, the spirit of the Society of Jesus he has imbibed, and that we can see. Asha Ma'am, the simplicity is what that comes natural when you think about a person. That thing that comes right in front of you is that simplicity. And so beautifully you sang. First time in 5 years I heard you sing. I was really touched by one of my favorite songs, and the way you sang so beautifully without the accompaniment of any instrument, but it was a hidden talent which came out. At least for me, it was something. This is Asha Ma'am in short. Always behind the curtain. But all the hard work, all that she will be doing, but behind the curtain, and never want to get the credit in that sense. But doing the hard work, especially getting these children for Sanskrit, that's also will vouch for it, how difficult it is, but you, so beautifully you are able to get those things done. So Asha ma'am, thank you so much for your contribution. Again, I thank the Lord and thank the family members for the gift of Asha ma'am to this institution. The last 25 years you have shared your not only the wealth of knowledge that you have, that doctorate also, but touching the lives of the children. And Rahul sir, I don't know what to say. If you now as principal, and we stock verification, then that part, when it comes to stock verification, I think I will have to go and find out where these, some things anyway you have hinted that it is with Rajendra, so I can make sure that. And some things I know, Father, Brother Toop is here, he knows, like he sold the bus and also that is, we can trace those things. But otherwise, what is, so that is also, that is simplicity, and this is the life of Rawat sir. Again, behind the curtain, he said, started with, many things I have done, but you people may not know. It is true, Rawat sir. And you continue to do. In these last 5 years, many things that you shared today, it was so valuable, because otherwise during the school hours and so, especially these 2 years of pandemic, and after that 1 year, before that 2 years, okay, once in a while, occasionally I visited lab, and you can see always Rao sir is busy. It's not, he is maybe thinking like Das sir, what more we could do for this lab, and then for looking for plants. And then one day I remember we were removing the plants near the grotto. Sir said, no, Father, we have to make, these things are needed for our lab. And I said, Rao sir, don't worry, I will at least, we will plant some more on the other side. So we have those plants also. So this way, thinking for this institution, without looking for who is watching or who is going to praise me, no, none of those things. And that simplicity, and but at the same time, dedication, hard work, these are the symbols of your life. And I thank the Lord again for the gift of Rawat sir and the family members. Your contribution has definitely made as he himself shared, how much he was able to do because of your help. So thanking all three of you, and on behalf of Father Rector, Jesuit community, and all the previous Jesuit principals, and the Society of Jesus, I thank on behalf of all the staff here also, all three of you, and with this belief that you are not just going away from here. You are part of this institution, you will continue to be part of this institution, but you have left a legacy for this institution for us to hold. What more we could do, all youngsters sitting here, we will definitely try to see that when you retire, each one of us when we retire, can we say that the contribution that we have made, like what the three of you have made, and definitely with God's help, this institution, and Dasar always used to say that this institution has some divine power somewhere, that you can, as soon as Jesus he enters the gates of this institution, something happens. So how you are transformed in this institution. So my prayer for all of you is that like them, we also get transformed and do our best for this institution. Thank you.